Hello guys and gals, and welcome to another episode of Unique Items. Today we're going to be looking at a rather unique helmet. It's called the Rockstopper Sallet. I believe it's called Sallet anyway. I could be horribly wrong, but do feel free to correct my pronunciation. I probably won't listen, but feel free to correct. The Rockstopper Sallet is a very interesting helmet that, quite honestly, has way too many variables for its own good. It is one of those interesting items that, believe it or not, can actually be really valuable if you happen to find one with the good stats. But because of the fact that it has so many variables, it ends up not being the greatest usually when you find it. But let's go over the helmet. Let's talk about the variables. Let's upgrade it. Let's see what it's good for, and let's let's talk. So right off the bat, you'll notice that it has 201 defense, which is relatively high for its level of level 31, and only a strength requirement of 43, which again is relatively low. We have a massive 30% faster hit recovery, which is absolutely great for anybody, including mercenaries. Faster hit recovery is great to prevent those faster hit recovery stuns, and having 30% of it on a helmet is just amazing. We also have a pretty massive defense on this, but it does have a big variable. It varies from 160 to 220%, which is quite honestly a lot of variable. It's I believe that's what, 40, 50, 60, so 60% on the variable on the defense. We also have a bonus to vitality of 15, and then we have resistances. So the resistances all vary. So the cold resistance varies between 20 to 40. The lightning resistance varies between 20 to 40. And the fire resistance varies between 20 to 50%. And these variables are usually what make or break the Rockstopper Sallet as being an item that you actually might want to use. Because if you find a Rockstopper Sallet and it comes with 20 cold, 20 fire, and 20 lightning, it's a lot less attractive than a Rockstopper Sallet that has 40% cold, 50% fire, and 40% lightning, right? We also have a massive 10% damage reduction on this helmet as well. So it not only gives you a very nice resistance to cold, fire, and lightning, but also provides you with 10% physical damage reduction as well. As a defensive helmet, this helmet is absolutely amazing. It doesn't provide really any offensive capability whatsoever, but it does provide you with faster hit recovery, very nice resistances, increase to your vitality, which increases your health, of course, and then, of course, a physical damage reduction as well, and extremely nice defense on top of it. All in all, this helmet comes in very nice as a sweet defensive package. The ethereal version has even better defense, which I have to calculate because I forgot to fix the ethereal version. For some reason, the ethereal versions never have their proper defense when I edit them in. I always have to calculate out the defense and edit the defense in afterwards. But it's 62 defense on base plus 50%, which is the ethereal bonus, which brings us to 93, and then plus 220% for the on ED, which is going to give us a total of 297.6, which would probably round up to 298. So 298 defense on the ethereal version, which is very nice. The strength requirement goes down by 10 points when it's ethereal. Both strength and dex requirements always go down by 10 points when it's ethereal. Not 10%, just 10 points flat. And at level 31, it's quite honestly just an amazing helmet. It's probably going to be better than most of the helmets that you have, and if you're any kind of melee character who gets in there and gets beat on a regular basis, it's going to be an absolutely excellent helmet for you. If you have a mercenary who could utilize the ethereal version, again, an absolutely excellent helmet. And if you do ever happen to find a perfect Rockstopper Sallet, hang on to it because you found something quite rare indeed. Because with 1, 2, 3, 4 different variables on the Rockstopper Sallet, trust me when I say a perfect Rockstopper Sallet is probably one of the rarest things you'll find. Now, we can upgrade this, and it is an exceptional item already, so to upgrade this, we are going to need Lem runes and Co runes. So 1 lem, 1 co, and 2 perfect diamonds to get this bad boy upgraded. Now, this actually might not be a bad item for you to upgrade, because quite honestly, it is a very, very nice.
I'll put that to good use.
It is a very, very nice helmet, especially if you were upgrading this for yourself or for a mercenary. And if you happen to find a perfect version, upgrading it is probably one of the best things you can do, because you're going to get a little bit extra defense out of it, quite a bit actually, if I remember correctly. So Lem Rune, Co Rune, and a perfect diamond. And let's do the non-ethereal version first. Let me move myself out of the way. So the Rockstopper Sallet is going to upgrade from a 201 defense, 43 strength requirement, level 31, to 457 defense, 84 strength requirement, level 54. An absolutely excellent upgrade, in my opinion. Not only did we gain a double, it was a little bit more than double the defense, but the level requirement did not go up so high that it was untenable, and the strength requirement of 84 is perfectly doable by most characters. The ethereal version, of course, is going to upgrade very nicely, and this one is going to upgrade from 298 defense, remember we calculated it out, 33 strength requirement, level 31, to 492 defense, 74 strength, level 54. So not bad at all. The unfortunate side effect of the fact that this is a not particularly high defense helmet in the first place, if you guys are aware, the Sallet is basically the skull cap. And just to make sure that these numbers are correct, because the ethereal versions are a little bit wonky sometimes, let me go ahead and work out the numbers myself. So the Hydra Skull, which has a defense of 101 to 145, can be upgraded. So let's do 145 defense, which is the highest that a Rockstopper Sallet could be, plus 50%, which is going to be the ethereal bonus, which is going to give us 217 defense, plus 220% enhanced, which gives us 696. So yes, this defense is wrong. So the ethereal defense on the Rockstopper Sallet Hydra Skull upgrade is 696 defense for the ethereal version, which is pretty darn sweet. All in all, the Rockstopper Sallet is one of those items that you will find and you will probably not find in perfect condition. And that is really the sad thing about this particular item, is that usually when you find it, it's just not in good shape. A lot of the times it's maybe like 20% cold, 30% fire, 21% lightning or something like that, with like 162% enhanced defense, and it just doesn't look as attractive as it does right now. I mean, as you can tell, the perfect version of this item is really sexy looking. I mean, just look at it. 30% faster hit recovery, 220% enhanced defense. It's got 457 defense on it, 40% cold, 40% lightning, 50% fire, and 10% in freaking damage reduction. And not only that, but you can socket it and you can put something in there. Like you could put a 15% IAS jewel in there. You could put, more resistances. You can put an all res. You can rune and really stack up the res. You could put a lot of different items in here. And you could definitely make the Rockstopper Sallet a very viable part of a tanky build. Now, let's take a look and see where we could potentially find one of these if we wanted to find one. And we'll go over to Silo's Pen, and we're going to do a little bit of hunting, shall we? So here we are over on Silo's Pen. Let me move myself out of the way. And we're going to assume that we have about 150% magic find, because this is a relatively middle of the road kind of an item. And the Rockstopper Sallet is something that you would probably be hunting for, because it is a relatively nice item, especially if you were like an early ladder character. Having a Rockstopper Sallet in your possession could potentially make your mercenary much tankier, make your melee character much tankier, and quite honestly carry you up to the point where you could get some better equipment. And if you happen to find a perfect one, well, you might even be using it until you can get something way better. It looks like Andariel and Nightmare difficulty is a pretty good choice at 1 in 917, and because the Rockstopper Sallet has a level requirement of basically like level 42, right? I can't remember off the top of my head. But the level requirement is around the same point that you would encounter Andariel in Nightmare difficulty, so that's probably a really good choice. And then later on, you could also farm Mephisto in Nightmare difficulty. That's a pretty good choice. Let's take a look at super uniques in Nightmare, and let's see what kind of super uniques have a good chance of dropping this item. I forgot to do super uniques. Bink. Alright, so super uniques, we got the Cow King in Nightmare. Not really a good choice for a level 40 character. Radamant has a decent chance, 1 in 8,000, but he's not exactly easy to farm. It does look like that Bone Ash in the Cathedral has a 1 in 10,000 chance. Not exactly a good chance, but he is really easy to get to for a Nightmare difficulty character. So, let's say that you were, just getting into Nightmare difficulty. Maybe you're not quite ready for Nightmare difficulty yet, but you happen to have the Cathedral waypoint, which is in Act 1. You haven't killed Andariel yet. Bone Ash could definitely be an easy target. He's always in the Cathedral. He's always by the little altar, and he's relatively easy to kill. In fact, the monsters around him tend to pose more of a threat than he does in general. So you could definitely load in game after game and kill a couple Bone Ashes and see if you could get your hands on one of these swords. Or, sorry, one of these helmets. I was thinking about the Cranite Vomir that I was doing earlier. Not a bad magic find options. Andariel in Nightmare difficulty, and of course, Bone Ash are definitely good choices for that. All in all, I do think that Rockstopper Sallet is a very, very nice defensive helmet. Could be useful on a lot of characters, not just melee characters. Could be useful on a sorceress, could be useful on an Amazon, could be useful on just about anybody who needs a decent amount of resistances, fast rate recovery, damage reduction, and a little bit of health too, which is definitely very nice. As always, I do appreciate you guys and gals watching my videos, even when my head is as hard as a rock. And as always, keep watching.